I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is November 3rd, Monday, 2025. Hope you had a good weekend and a good holiday. Those who celebrate fucking Halloween. So why did I make a video Friday? I don't like to generally, but on Friday, what was the logic of Friday? It was a bearish day, right? Why would that most likely be the case for Friday? Because it was the end of the month. So didn't need to make a whole video for that. But if I went to the previous week, this was we talked about looking at what it would look like in the in that range. Don't get lost with all this because I got this other shit here. So I'm just gonna put this right over it real quick so you don't kind of get lost in it. But Friday, just to go over Friday a little bit, look how we came to 20% of the range. So just give me a second here. So Friday, here. So we made the range here of the month of the week last week, and we came to 20% here. Then we came underneath. Oh my goodness. I didn't plan on even talking about this, but I'm doing it now. I don't know why. But hitting that 20% here, and then look at that bearish imbalance right there. Boom, right on it perfectly. Coming right down. This is Friday I'm talking about. So sell buy sell day. So opening range gap coming down, and then at the time I was using this. This is a refined 5-minute. All right, this is the daily, and this is that 5-minute, and then this was Tuesday's first imbalance from last Tuesday, right? So we came in, boom, to the tick perfectly right there. Came right back up, squeeze breakout traders. That was your first imbalance of Friday right there. Some would even use this, but came in for a lower high. Naturally, you would want to see it push up, but I'm gonna delete this in a second, but they wanted to come down lower because this price action that I made on the video Thursday came up and shot off, right? So they're coming back down, and boom, comes right back to that first imbalance, to the tick right there, right? You should have this already done on your chart, but using that inversion, this was a 5-minute as well. I didn't label it, but boom, right there. See that? So tags it. That's the previous. That's the Friday's opening gap. Look at the support resistance right there. Boom, tick, bodies underneath, and then that's signs of weakness and selling. So sell, buy, sell, buy. So bearish day, and then we opened up with a gap today, and then let me get rid of the this weekly range. This is not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about was obviously today. But so with it being the new month, you expect some measure of manipulation, obviously, with an AMD. So accumulation of buying, selling. Generally speaking, it's gonna sell off in the month, and then maybe continue back up, pushing up for the seasonality of strength being bullish. But sorry, I'm all over the place, I know. So what was my logic here? Let's just go right to it. Well, actually, before I do that, you'll see that I'm measuring that range of Thursday, because that high and that low, we're still inside that range. So I quadded here. You can see it quadded here. When we made that low on Thursday, this is what I didn't explain on Friday, obviously, because I didn't make a video, but we shot right to the 50. We played around on Friday, and boom, we tagged. Look at that. We also tagged that top 75% right there. See that? So we come in there, and then we push all the way down deep. Oh, where? So if you watch Thursday's video, you'll see that I use this trying to sell, and the people who unfollowed me because they thought it was, hard to sell that or didn't think it was realistic, whatever the case is. Look at the candles on the hourly. This pushes up, swing. It's in control here. So I come to that imbalance of Monday. So Mondays. So if I drag that over this one, you'll see that we end up using that right there for Friday, right? So that's not a coincidence, people. So anyways, we came into that 75, we came down deep, and then we closed here. We gapped up, we tag the opening gap initially, come to the 50, play around, and then boom, shoot to that 75 again. Because we're in that range, right? 75 again. So now that's going to explain how I caught this sell. All right, so that being the case, and again, I don't know when I'm going to stop doing this as far as like showing trades, and then number two, maybe even changing my time, doing it in the evening. We'll see how I do, but holidays is coming, so we'll see. But what is the logic of me doing this? Well, I already have that 75. You see that? And also, I didn't do a good job of screenshotting this, but see, you can see when we're 9 o'clock here, we shoot up, we get these higher lows here, 9 o'clock, boom, we raid that, and then we dip in, and then we push up again, and then we dip back in. So for me, automatically, forget the signal here even, automatically, I understand that people are holding the bag. Whoever is buying in this area, right, buying up and holding. What do they want to do? They want to take out Friday's high. So I know that they are going to pull it back before hitting that Friday's high. So that's why I'm confident in this sell, because it's psychological also, right? So, and then almost 2 standard deviations to a tick. But the whole complete logic is that it's Monday and the beginning of the month, and we have some gap here, and we have some easy buying here with this liquidity right here. I highlight a 15-minute imbalance. You got to include the gaps, right? So because there are gaps there. And what was my target? Well, I knew the opening range gap was here. I clearly got them marked here. This is my one minimum goal, and then this is my second minimum goal. Why here? Because of these equal lows right here. And we had a 15-minute imbalance right there. You see that I have it highlighted? That's what this is here. And then with the projection of here, I'm expecting to break it, and then 101.5 right here. So this circle is coupled with that first 25%. Even if we go up or down, whatever the case is, this is my first target. But I'm already using this control candle here as a controller price, and you can see it clearly. So then we come underneath it and look here specifically. That's now using that 15-minute imbalance as resistance. Look how it opens right there on top of it. That candle right there. See that? So come in, we get an imbalance right here. We wick in, and then I'm starting to trail. Why? Because I'm going to my minimum target. Why? Because of the equal lows here. See these equal lows right here? These guys right here? See that? Plus the imbalance. It's a breakout area, right? So I have that going for me. I have the confluence is the 15-minute imbalance, the liquidity, the 50% of the opening range gap is, I'm screenshotting all, is laying on it, okay? And then the 101.5 and whatever. So all that's perfect. I don't care if this thing goes up or down from here. Actually, my day is pretty much done, to be honest with you, because that was the main goal. And you can see on the 4-hour, you can see that we popped up and we made a nice big wick there, and then this is now the 10:01 right here. So 10 o'clock right here, and beautiful, didn't shoot up or anything, and then it just shot down for my target, right? X marks the spot. I mean, that can't be made up. You'll see as this is a target and this is a target, but we'll see if we get it. What do I do? So in this case, I am understanding that, okay, all right, well, it's not looking pretty. It's not looking that pretty, but what's the logic? Well, this is move 1 that I'm in, right? Catching a piece of that. Excuse me. And then move 2 would be retracing back. If it keeps going up, or if it rolls over, this is the point. And so when you when I get to that 50% here, we play around. I'm using that that same 15-minute imbalance. Look how we come in, we push right back up, and that's the midnight level right here. And this is how I also not midnight level. I'm sorry, that's the midnight level. We push back up into that imbalance right here, and this is actually a 5-minute. So let's see if I can try to make this video short because I need to. You'll see here right there. See this? See this guy right here is that 1 minute imbalance, but it's also a 5-minute. And that's how when we snap to it, that 5-minute is more powerful than that 1 minute, but it's also refined. So it's going back to this here. You'll see that that's what this area is right here. And it's a breakout area. See, it's at a low, and we already busted through, right? So they came right back. And notice how this high and this high, it's a lower high. So now these are equal highs, and I'm trying to now buy up to attack that specifically because you can see the circle there. I can't make this up, but see how this happens with me. It pushes up here. Bodies are underneath. That's perfect. It comes back down, right? Then they're using the 50%. Don't get lost in all this. There's just the 50% right here. So when we come down, we tag into this bearish imbalance. I didn't highlight it, but we're using that 50 as resistance. See that? See this? See these highs? See these low highs right here? We're digging into it. And now guess what? That 15-minute imbalance that I've got highlighted, that was my initial target. Now that's being used as resistance. See right there? So we push down, we rush for. Why did I have that circle there? Obviously for the -2, I got it projected, right? -2. Did I talk about the entry? So yeah, so pretty much wicked up, came back, wicked up, came down. Immediately I'm selling it, and now I mean, you could have waited for this 930. Once you pass that 930, you understand that this is all gonna get hunted, right? But me, this is just confidence. I understand. We already have a raid here, and they're just pretty much trying to go above that buy side and just take out the liquidity. But again, not missing that Friday's high on purpose. Anyways, so we come down here, and what do I have this circled for? Obviously that 2 to 2.5, the -2, and the midnight levels in the back. See that there's this level right here is the midnight level. I should change that color. I say it all the time. But the -2, and then this is the bottom 25% of the opening range gap right there. So I'm looking for this as a target as well. So you can see it sell off from the 50, come right in. Now it hits this gap of today's gap. Now here's the thing. Even though I bought this, and I did a bad job of trying to screenshot it, but why would I buy this? Well, number one, it came and tagged out this London low, right? Number one. Number two, you already saw the conflicting issue was that fuck me, man. What's it called? S&P was already down here, right? And they were already down here, and we were kind of floating above. So it was like, were we going to have an algorithmic divergence is really my point of the conversation. And I'm not even going to go into that. So that being said, fuck me. Let's go, man. I got to go. So the point of the conversation is that were we going to seal this or not, right? And sure enough, initially, obviously we still haven't sealed it, but it bought up, right? And here's a balanced price range because we got this strong candle right here. I got it highlighted. So coming up in here, this is your high here. See this? And then it breaks down for a couple drives back, right back into that 25%. Okay, but remember, we are in this -2 to 2.5. So I need to see a willingness of it to go up. So I've already caught some of move 1. My goal is to try to catch a move 2 of pushing up. It's either a retracement or it's going to keep going. Whatever the case is, what is my goal? Is this guy right here. These two guys right here. Because this is easy. This is easy selling right here. This right here, right? So we bounce up to the 50% of the opening range gap with that guy right there. We come right back to that imbalance. Okay. And then we push back up, and then we hit this back to that 15-minute imbalance right there to the tick. See that? So at this point, I'm like, oh fuck, So it comes back down. I get out of the trade, and then I'm actually thinking it's gonna come down and seal this. Sure enough, it's being held in here. And was that another entry? Yes, but was I comfortable buying this? No. Again, so what did it do? Popped up, hit the 15-minute imbalance, retraced back into this imbalance. Okay, cool. Now it's holding. Okay, so then what do? Well, it shows its ass by pushing up here. Not yet. We don't know yet. We have this inversion. I got it highlighted. We break above. Oh, now we actually have a shift in structure, right? So we push up, and then it comes all the way back here. If you did a regular fib here, it's under 50%, right? See that? But what's underneath that 50%? It's going to be this bearish inversion here. So we come in and we tag it. Boom. We have a raid here and we tag it. I'm entering. Why am I also entering right here? Because I'm on this 15-minute imbalance, the low. Why am I saying all this? Because I want to see this hold as support. I want to see this bullish imbalance get reclaimed and get used for support to push up, right? Guess what? I get in. Beautiful. We make this high here, and we don't take that out. Then these motherfuckers rush all the way back. So at this point, you got low, high, higher, low. You could just say a high, a higher low, a high, higher low, a high, another higher low. It comes all the way back. And just so you know, at this point, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the trade, to be honest. But I want to go on lunch. But it comes all the way back, and I hold steady. Why? Well, it comes into this little volume imbalance right there. You see that little gap right there? There's no price action there. So I have to allow this, and this is my main target right here, period. So I'm really married to it. And then sure enough, it then pushes up, and then we peek into it. Boom. Now I'm squeezing it. Done for the trade. So move one, some of it. Move two, some of it. I mean, I could have just held this buy that I bought, but it was sloppy price action. It was just time distortion and whatever the case is, and I thought we were going to come seal it. And then once, obviously, you just saw me buy up into here. What's my logic for here? Well, because I know we just swept this area here, right? And then sure enough, I'm like, okay, I have time involved now, which is what? Let me go back to it here, which is here, over here. So, where am I? Yeah, so 12:30, the PM session starts, right? PM session starts. I didn't do the first imbalance for the PM session. Oh, look at this shit. Look at that bogus shit right there. So, I'm getting this break here of this structure, high, higher, low, and then boom, we break right through that. Go back to this. See this? I'm expecting this because I have this. Look at the weakness here, right? So we already understand that. Also, we have this liquidity here, but algorithmically is what my goal was to come to this 50. Yes, it came lower. But the point is that I understand that we're going to be a Z day. It's going to be a profile of where we're going to stay inside the range. And algorithmically, it's going to come back to this 50 because look how it popped up from it. And then we have these lows here. But I understand I want to get to an oversold here. And it's just a simple algorithmic trade that I'm looking for because they've already accomplished enough here. So now they got to come back and get this buying right here because when it shifts like that and it comes back and I bought, you have a easy structure here with a higher high and a higher low, right? So then you have this pushing up, and then I want to come back in specifically back to that 50%. And then this is a freaking done day. So just beautiful in that sense. And then you'll see that, you see me get out right here. And then what do? We have a couple more drives, and we come to that midnight level. See the midnight level? This is the midnight level all the way. So we came to that midnight level, and what's coincidence? What did they do? They got those guys. I entered right there, right? So the entry method of that buy from here to here was based off of that market structure shift, retracing back in. And it's not a coincidence that they come and wipe these guys out right here, right? See that? So after doing that, fucking around all day, and then you can just see them rating that, rating that here, and then getting a little closer to here, and then getting that 25%, and then this is where we are. So, dollar is and still moving up, so it's stagnating our price, and that explains also Friday and today. And that's that. And didn't even look at this, but I did see that Dow was a lower high while we were making higher highs here. And then, and that's pretty much it. You also had a divergence on NAS with this little 5 minute. See that? See the lower low right there. And then that was also a reason to buy it. And then we also had a what's it called? Well, no, we tagged that. Yeah. So we pushed up here, and then Dow is on the more weaker side here. We made these highs, and then this was like damn near just a feeling. It was like, okay, you didn't already came back up and took out this breakout shit here. This right here is easy buying. So as you see, I took that buy. No wick on that right there. There's something else I'm gonna forget and mention, but I mentioned Dow coming lower and it has room on the oversold side, taking out push out traders now, and beautiful. Look at that all time high there. You can see that they came in and they dipped in, and they have now they already sealed. Oh, I didn't do a video Friday. So yeah, they had already sealed. No, well, actually, they didn't seal it. The open of that gap, of that last week's gap, was here. So now they sealed it, right? So another bearish day. And just pushing straight down and then going sideways. Look at that shit. Sucks, right? And then S&P, they still have not sealed, and they're pretty much staying inside. It's an inside day. So it's an inside day for S&P, and still a bullish candle though. And then this was definitely a lot more easier. This is what I would have liked for us as far as NAS goes. And to be honest with you, S&P has been a better asset, just a hair bit better when it comes to fulfilling and not dangling carrots, right? Because NAS has been doing that. So that's why I'm kind of keeping it smooth. But this is what I would have loved to see with NAS. Look at that, just straight shot, dude. Obviously, this is a 5 minute, but man, come on. Just beautiful. And if I put a 50% here, you'll see we tagged that again. But, I know I'm missing something here. So that daily that I had on the chart here, you can see that daily. So this is the other reason why I kept it on the chart, because let me go back into this. You can see here that when this pops in, this is a 15 minute, so please don't get lost with all this. By the way, I told you about how I bought from there because it was the bottom of it, and then it came in and then took off, right? All right, let me just move this over so it's not crazy. But this is the daily. This is that daily. So the daily, we came in, and notice how this pops up. This 1037 just opens up, comes down, pops off from it, right? We come above, and then we tag that 25% with the high of that daily imbalance. What's the point of me mentioning this? Because I want to see this imbalance hold as support. Look at the body sitting on top of it. That's what I want to see when I'm bullish, right? So, even if you drag this out, you'll see that we just bought from it probably too, right? anyways, that's TMI right now. But I'm trying to give you the understanding of when I use these imbalances here and get reclaimed again. We're not done. It's not supply and demand, right? So we understand it's algorithmic, and I want to see bodies get held, and this is what that is right here, right? Pretty much what I'm trying to say. That's why I was confident in buying this, because I had structure and I had a target. And this is not any bias. This isn't being bullish. This isn't being bearish. This is executions based off of just algorithmic agendas. This has nothing to do with being bullish or bearish, right? So obviously, when I'm taking this sell, number one, number two, do you think I'm gonna buy this up here? No, I'm not buying this up here. You're in a premium. You sell in premium. You buy in discount. So I need to buy in a discount. So that's why coming here was just beautiful. Missed this by a hair. Why did I have it also there? Is because we did not seal or come underneath the open low of the week right now. Even though that's the open. Well, that's the open, but that's the gap from Friday. That low that it made here in Asia, we didn't tap it. Look, that's how dirty it was, right? So that's what I meant by like Nas is just like, dangling these carrots, but I'm not letting it affect my whole trading career here, right? Like it's not like I'm constantly trying to sell back in here, even though I know it should have already came in here, but it's not. I also when I took that sell here, notice that 50%. Remember that range that I got quadded? Look to the right. You'll see that that's my circle is right there, right? I don't know if I said that already, but that was also the reason why I was coming in. You got these, look at these lows here, right? Look at this, these guys right here. See this? So this guy doesn't take out the low. Even more of a reason why I'm coming back in. Like, let's just say if that had took out that low, then it'd be a little more problematic for me, right? But anyways, this circle here is with that range of the 50%. So you're trying to come up, right? You get a discount being underneath that 25%, which it comes in here. We play around, we go back to the 75, and then I'm trying to sell back into the 50. And where's an imbalance underneath that 50 to buy? Well, you had this 4 hour, this candle here, this 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. The way it closes here, it shows me that it's going to come lower because of that. Look at the candle. I mean, the candle itself is showing you that it's the strength is to the downside there. So this next 10 o'clock is going to come in and get into that imbalance here, which is what I was also doing over here, right? But what did they do? They came in and they swept the low even. So and also a way it's a speaker type of situation, because I understood that this high, this low, and then it makes these highs. And then, where's my low here? As a speaker here, it would come in and make a low here. Now, if you also look at this as a speaker here, it's also the same. So you get that high, that low, then you make these highs, and then we came back and we made that low. So it's there. And then a mean reversion. So long story short, why I'm buying this is to get to also a mean reversion, right? So let me go back to it, so make sure it makes sense. Look at it. I mean, just look at this. Can't you tell that's a mean reversion? Like this range here, because now you're in this range right here. I mean, a part of that other range. You can see that mean revert 50% is just eyeballing it right there, right? So and then if you do the opening range of Friday from 930's high to 959's low, you'll see that I measure it down here, and you can see the negative 1 and 1.5, and notice how we come to that 1.5. That's explaining Friday. Go do the research on that. I can't pull it up. I'm just tired, and I don't want to make. Damn, this video is already 29 minutes. So yeah, and then this was just like, okay, well, we accomplished what we needed to do here, and then now they're rushing for this, and that's why I'm just just kind of like a scalping away for me. But nice. So that being all said here, did I say enough here? So where do we go from here? Well, we're still bullish, and I expect still bullish pricing for November. But again, when you open up You want to see the new month. That's why Friday was a selling day. I want to see also Monday be a bearish day. I want to see it come down, even though we closed as a bullish day today, right? But I wanted to see price action come down because you're not going to start a new month, generally speaking, and it just be straight the hell up. You had that here, and if you looked at October, remember when we tagged this guy October 1st right here? Remember we just pushed straight up. So where was the manipulation of the wick of the month? And if you look on the monthly candle, this is also, I guess, a review for the month. Remember, we came in, we opened up for October, and then we had this stupid push down. All they did was come back to wipe out September's candle and then go to August. You see the breakout level, and then they're coming to swipe that. So that's what this also is. I don't think I've ever mentioned that too. But the point of my conversation is that you expect some measure of a wick for the month. So I'm on ES. So that just you have a higher probability of it coming down. That's why I was confident in this opening range gap. If that's really what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, not buying up here. You're in a premium. All right, very obvious. So this isn't hindsight. It's like, selling after the fact. It's like, no. The logic here is that they're not going to take out Friday's high. It was too obvious. It was like they're gonna hold the bag. People are holding the bag right there. They're really greedy. Now this is greedy traders trying to push buy. Nah, man, it ain't gonna happen like that. But ES didn't take their previous day high, and you had a divergence with Dow. Dow did. I mean, it was already a funky day. They made their high there, and then they opened up and they tagged their high right there, but slightly. So there's your divergence. But the point is that 930 was already their price was already down here, right? So, and yeah, I think I'm just talking too much here. So, what would I still like to see? To be honest with you, I didn't do the first imbalance for something's gonna happen with me, man. Because people don't even like watching long videos. I don't want to make long videos, but there's just no way to really explain everything without it. So I'm gonna just say this is it here, and then let me just move this over. So I knew that too, that we were gonna come underneath this. Yeah. All right. So yeah, something's gonna have to change. I get it. It's the beginning of the month. That's why I'm kind of like doing it, But this has got to change. Perfect Z day. So opens up, retraces here, and then pushes up, makes a high in the New York session initially, then comes right back for all the London liquidity here. All right, and then retraces back up. All right, for some sellers here, then comes right back in and just settles in here like that. So, what do I expect? Well, looking at the seasonal data, we were supposed to get a pullback in the beginning of the month. We just did that. So, I see this here. This is kind of hard to explain here. But yeah, let me go back to the 1 hour. So we made a high, and then we retraced. We made another high. We retraced. I was expecting this. So this price action here, and if you go watch the previous video, I said I want to see a high here and a higher low, and then push back up. Go watch it. So I should pull it up, but I'm not going to. So what they did is they did do that. They came up. My example was coming up higher first, then retracing. But they came up, then they came up deep, right? And then we're supposed to rush. We're supposed to continue for a new high for November. And like the first 6 days or whatever. So what am I expecting? We're supposed to push up from here. This is supposed to stay the way it is. And I think they're just trying to fake the funk so they can build liquidity and they can ram it. And I'm trying to see them do this, buy up. It's already the third. That's the thing. So I want to see like the fifth and the sixth make a new high, a nice push. Okay. And then, we'll come back down. We'll come back down for, the 20th or something like that, and then come back up. This is, I know, very ugly, but so far the seasonality, it looks good, but we should now, being the third especially, the 5, 10 year, the 5, 15 and the 30 year all agree. But you get this first sell off. So we'll see if it wants to come down one more time. But in general, it should buy from here. If it doesn't, okay, maybe it wants to come back here. I don't know, into this. But my point is that it should be buying up into here. I got to do projections right now. I just can't do this. I have to go. You guys take care. God bless.